You. Stay. Here. Welcome back to the Heart House. Things look a little bit different here, but most of the things are the same. You all find yourself in the room that you are so very familiar with. Welcome, Raffin, Elenthi, Van, Pandora. Things might sound a little bit different. They might look a little bit different, but trust, everything is mostly the same. I'm your step DM for this adventure. As Jack Fields is off, he got drafted into the Mortal Kombat tournament, so he will be spending his time fighting for his life, and I've graciously stepped in. So,
Bless.
how's everyone doing today?
Doing all right.
I mean, still stuck in the same fucking room.
It smells a little different too, or is that just my imagination?
Yeah,
No, it definitely smells a little bit different. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're smelling popcorn. There's some
That's
baked
it.
bread scents. There's even like a little hint of like kind of a musty bog scent, which
Musty bog.
sort of permeates the air at a it's faint, but it's there. You're all familiar with a bog scent, I believe. So
Smells like home.
one of the things you guys should note is that you all feel slightly stronger as you return to this room. Your muscles and sinews feel as though they have a bit more neurons firing through them. Your magic feels just a little bit beefier, a little bit more robust. And you find that, any perception or mental or physical qualities may have improved depending on who you are. And so if you guys spend some time with that, you can I don't know if everybody needs to necessarily change anything out, but if you don't, then I think that you are good. What's Raffin doing as he comes to in this room?
As per usual, getting the sleep out of my eyes, thinking about the fact that the dream that was just interrupted was one that had me eating pie, which is better, but that's okay.
It was a great pie too. It was a peach pie, and it had just a bunch of delectable flavors. But nothing compares to the feeling as when you return to this room. Like dreams are dreams, but this room, this is where you're supposed to be. This is where you belong.
If you say so. There is an internal conflict around that. Yes, understood, and yes, and internally there is also a struggle, a feeling of wanting to get out of it, a feeling of gratitude at the familiarity, but also a feeling that something is out there that I need to reach for, which is why I pop open my flask and take a sip of my special settle down juice.
All right. It's rich and flavorful, or perhaps it's biting and bitter. But that is a great point that Raffin has, because all of you sort of feel like that. You still feel that compulsion, that subtle shift that's kind of telling you you belong here. You need to stay here. This is where you belong forever. But also, you guys aren't stupid, and you haven't forgotten what you've experienced in the past little while. How long that is, nobody's sure, but you've definitely experienced some, excursions outside of this room, and that, more than anything else, likely tempers your feelings about whether or not you are actually feeling compelled. Someone can tell you, a voice can tell you how you feel, but only you truly know whether or not this is the place that you belong. Elenthi, what are you doing as you come to?
I think that I like everyone else, like rub sleep from my eyes, figure out where I am, and once it all kind of comes back to me, immediately my brain goes to Dana.
Yes.
Companion.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's go ahead. Elenthi, why don't you go ahead and give me just a perception check?
Okay, cool, love. That is a 15.
15. All right. Yeah. You have no problem, especially since it's on the top of your mind. It's very noticeable. The outside of the door, you can hear the uh, the sounds of what sounds like snoring actually this time, which is a little odd, but it definitely sounds like dog aligned snoring. So it's but it doesn't sound unpleasant or worried or as though there's anything to be concerned about. Van, what do you do as you come to?
I come to immediately, and which makes me wonder: is this the dream or is this the reality? I don't feel tired, but I feel a little hungry. But I'm still anticipative about actually eating all the wonderfully smelling food. But then I also what I've been really dwelling on more is that the maybe you don't know this, but the life of a hexblade warlock is not a very social one. You know, we have our
No,
pact.
yeah,
We have long conversations with with the holder of my pact, of course.
it's very
Um,
singularly social for sure.
yes, and so whereas since we've been here, I feel like my life has been in peril. I feel like the unending existential kind of dread of being stuck here forever weighs on me. However, and don't tell the rest of the party because I don't act like it, but I genuinely treasure their presence more than they will ever know.
Well, I
Don't
think
tell
that you might not even have to tell them.
Are
I
they
definitely
standing
won't.
right
Your
behind me?
secret's
They're
safe
right
with me.
behind me, aren't they? Yes.
They're definitely there. And speaking of Pandora, what what do you experience as you come to?
Although I have no sense of time anymore, it feels like I've been in one position for months as
Yeah,
opposed to just
yeah.
weeks, and it's a little, the crick in my neck is a little stiffer than last time. But I'm happy to be here at the same
Happy.
time.
Excellent. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems as though you guys are all starting to feel a little bit like that. So there's that underlying dread of what's trying to convince us to stay in this quiet and gentle place. But then there above that is I must, leave. I must escape. I must figure out a way out of here. And then on top of that, a newer emotion has been, I think all of you would start to feel this, is a bit of kinship. As Van has so eloquently put in the past, trauma bonding is a hell of a drug. You guys are learning that at least you're not dealing with this alone. And as you come to with the sounds of snoring outside of the door and these pleasant and a little bit concerning smells come through with the bog, you do turn around and you do see there's a table laden in front of you. It's as if when Vance thought to himself that he was hungry, suddenly there is a large table just filled with your favorite foods. And that, for some reason, as you see this table laid out, all of you start to think of for some reason, own internal thoughts. What is everyone's favorite color? Raffin, what's Raffin's favorite color?
Oxblood red for sure.
Oxblood red. You just for some reason you just think, man, I love the color oxblood red. And Alinthi, what's your favorite color?
Sage green.
Sage green. You think about like forests and like the deeper depths of the forest where the greens actually start to absorb so much of the surrounding color that they do get deep and sage and wonderful. Pandora, what's Pandora's favorite color?
The blue-green of the shadows between the trees.
Oh, excellent. That sort of that border color that isn't, there's not truly a name for it. Sort of as the color green that exists that only when grass pushes up through snow, the blue shadow at the edges of trees. That's such a pleasant and welcoming and inviting color for you. And you think very much about that color just suddenly. You're not even sure where it comes from. Van, what color do you fancy?
Like a orangey taupe of despair. It's
Excellent.
the color of the sky when the sun neither sets nor rises, more or less.
That is beautiful, and that is in fact the exact imagery that blossoms in your mind when you think of that color, because of course those types of colors are the same types of colors anyone else would enjoy, especially if they're sad is just happy for deep people, right?
Yeah. How do you know when you're happy if you never feel despair? How would you know?
And so would you guys like to take advantage of this table? You've become familiar with how this room works, I assume. Would you see all of your favorite foods, but you're still in the back of your mind still thinking about your favorite color and you're not sure why. So if you would like to, please feel free to eat, enjoy, stuff yourself if you truly wish. This place is here for you. This place is designed for your comfort and your happiness and your satisfaction.
There's a peach pie, like the one I was dreaming about, which is
exactly like one.
Yeah, I know. And in this reality, I get to have peach pie in multiple realities, and an unconscious one and a conscious. Maybe I do love this room.
It is a very compelling argument you're offering to yourself, Raffin, that peach pie here, peach pie in a dream, this is a dream. And in fact, the peach pie here is even bigger than the one in your dream. And across the table, there's another one just like it. The smells are coming off it. It smells delicious.
Can I look and see if there is something about this that is wrong? Like, my thought is, I don't trust this room at all. And if I ate these items, would something happen to me?
That is a very smart way of looking at this. So if you would like,
I've seen Jim Henson's Labyrinth. I don't trust peaches.
Go ahead. Why don't you give me an investigation check, Lindsay? And the Van and Pandora, are you guys more on the side of Raffin or more on the side of Lindsay when it comes to how hesitant you are to approach?
I could kill for a sandwich, but at the same time, I'm with you.
A sandwich is right there, as if summoned from the ether. It's right there, a delicious, fat sandwich. It's not tall, it's wide, because everybody knows a wider sandwich is much better than a taller sandwich.
Yes. Unless you're Shaggy and Scoob.
Or Dagwood. Anyone? Dagwood?
Yeah.
I got you, man. I got you.
And
as mentioned, I'm deeply suspicious. If I had a nickel for every time I got stuck in a fairy realm because I ate the food, I'd have like 25 cents. However, this does seem different. This does feel different. And as I'm looking at the table, I noticed that there is this. It looks like a packaged pastry of some kind that is the exact like taupey, orangish, unhealthy color that I was just thinking of. It's like there's two of them. Color? And they're in like a package. There's some blue writing on the top of it. And opening one of them up, it's like about yay long, and it has like it's not a cream filling, but it's not a cream filling.
You're describing a Twinkle, a very famous Twinkle pastry.
That must be right. Yes.
Yeah.
They feel very durable, like they could last for a really long time. So freshness is not a question.
Then you shouldn't be in any rush. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pocket that. Well, not pocket. It'll turn to mush. But I'm gonna put a package of that to the side and think on it.
Okay. And Lindsay, what was your investigation?
Oh, I only got like an 8. So
yeah, you're this room is just
happy.
It keeps throwing curveballs at you. So it's really hard to know if something's off or if something's correct, and what truly is off in a place like this. Really. And
I would argue the peach pie favors the bold. So I'm just gonna dig right in.
You dig in, and I'll just watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna see how this goes.
I'll be the Raffin in the peach pie coal mine.
Where peach pies come from? Wow, I didn't realize.
Much like a cute little bird, Raffin approaches the pie, and then do you just dig in?
I mean, take a whiff.
Mm-hmm.
Check the steam.
Yeah. Oh, it smells so good, Raffin.
Fork puncture holes. Picture perfect, right?
Oh my, yes. And there's like delicate details that have been baked into it.
Delicate details. I mean, there is like a small inscription on the side that's like, careful. But I assume that just means
It's
like
hot,
be careful
I'm
because it's
sure.
too hot, probably.
It's anyone's guess. You
But
careful about a lot of things. With
so
pie.
I carefully dig in because with the thing here, and then just perfect triangle comes out in a perfect triangle. That's the part about it that I like. It's not messy. I do that thinking it's going to be all, but no, it's perfect, like cartoon triangle. Get it? Pop it right in the old maw. And man, oh man, the explosion of peach juice.
That's
now it is weird as I bite into it. It does come out a little ox bloody in color, but again, as that is my favorite color, that's no big deal to me. Big fan.
Bleeding pie.
Exactly.
What could go wrong? Yeah.
Weird thing about it is it tastes a little bit like literal ox blood, but again.
That's part of the allure of an oxblood peach pie. And and Raffin, one of the things that it actually takes you a moment to realize is as you stuck your hand in and grabbed that little triangle, that perfect, deceptively delicious looking slice of pie, your hand brushed up against something inside the tin. And as you look down, you see that there is some sort of, is that a sharp piece of wood in there? It's hard to tell. It looks like a polished piece of wood. It's dark, and it looks rather pointy.
Yeah, that's true. Don't know if it's a utensil. Problem is it only has one tine, so you can't really do with that. It's just like a single point.
It's a single tine. It's kind of thick. As you look at it a little bit closer, like it starts as like this thin little thing, and then it looks like it sort of broadens a bit, and that disappears in the depths of the oxblood peach pie.
Yeah.
Would you like to touch it? Would you like to leave it alone? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna see what this is all about. I'm curious maybe it's like a cereal box and it's like a prize. I don't know what it is, but
it could very well be.
So pulling it out.
All right, you grab it and you yank it out, and it seems to keep going. It's got some heft to it, and as you pull it out, there's a head beneath here, a furry head at the bottom of what you're realizing is a horn, and then it sort of just starts spilling out on its own, and suddenly this pie sort of hits the ground. You let go of it because there's a horned head in a pie.
Yeah, that was weird.
And the tin drops, and suddenly standing as if being forced through, as like liquid through a smaller hole, somehow this large creature appears before you, and you guys are staring at a minotaur.
So maybe it wasn't ox blood. Maybe it was minotaur blood.
I would like to welcome our guest for today.
I've heard of a surprise cake, but a surprise pie is something else.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mr. Raffenquill.
Yeah.
And so we've got Kaizen. Would you like to describe what the others are seeing right now? How do you look, and your general sense of being?
As I've come out of there, obviously covered now in red peaches, and staring at my armor, wearing full plate armor at the moment, carrying a shield in one hand, a battle axe in the other hand, staring around the room. Not with necessarily what would be concern on my face, but almost anger at being pulled through a pie by another person.
It's
trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
The experience is never going to be a pleasant one. Anytime anyone's ever been ripped out of a pastry, it's usually bad.
Yeah, like I really wish that had been blueberry.
So you guys see this minotaur, and standing there in his armor, looking pissed off, and you've just heard his statement. How would you guys like to react to that?
It reminds me of a poem that I heard once. that it goes a little something like this. I might be paraphrasing slightly. He's from peach pie, a cool drink of water. What a sweet surprise.
That's
all the extant fragment of it that I know. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, that was by Janie, who lived down the lane, right?
Yes. I mean, if
So you guys, yes,
I mean,
that
I only
familiar
apply that
piece
word
of
G if it's warranted. So,
poetry.
He had a friend with only one arm.
Good,
Well, I
good
love a new
tempo.
friend, but I've completely lost my appetite. I don't know what I'd find in a sandwich.
yeah, I'm going to stick to my Twinkles, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kaizen, yeah, the last thing you truly remember is you were seeking out, you were in the midst of some sort of conflict, the details of which are escaping you. And it's much like waking up from a dream. The more you try to focus on it, now that it's gone, it's slipping away from you like, so much smoke. And you just remember some kind of conflict, physical, definitely arduous, definitely exhausting. But you remember just seeing this like glowing symbol off in the distance. And Kaizen, what's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color is brown because that's mostly the only color besides gray I can see.
Excellent. So this was like a very, if something could be, and maybe in your perception it usually is, a glowing brown symbol off in the distance above what you are fairly certain were lines of battlements and people fighting for some cause or another. But above in the sky, you remember seeing this symbol. It looks a bit like a crescent with a smaller crescent sort of embedded, almost spooning it. But it was a glowing brown double crescent symbol in the sky. And then you were pulled through a pie.
It's very disturbing indeed. I saw part of a pie, and then I came out of a whole pie.
It's pies all the way down, baby. So you,
Pie-ception.
and so Kaizen, you look around the room and you see that this is not this place again. You've been here before, slightly different details, but you've never seen so many people here. Is Kaizen a social person?
He can be, yes. He tends to find companionship in brothers in arms more than just casual conversation. But at the same time, he is not opposed to finding like-minded people.
Well, wonderful, Kaizen, because one of the things you would notice right away is that, while maybe not heavily so, there is a range of armaments on these people in front of you. They do look in some capacity like they're at least familiar with the martial endeavors. And that being, you see that this tall man with the long curly hair in front of you, human, I believe, if that's correct, has a rod. Looks like a magical rod of some kind. It's deeply intricate, but definitely a rod that someone would use if they were the adventuring sort. And you see that the elf.
I'm a variant human. Sorry, I'm a variant human. Sorry, is that just like
he's a special human. He's a special brand of human.
With a special brand of rod.
and Kaizen, you see an elf nearby as well, who has this just brilliant, just like what appears to be almost like an assassin's dagger. I don't know if that's set, into your waistband or if you've tucked it somewhere else, Ilenthi, but it's a cruel, wicked looking blade that you probably wouldn't have for very long if you didn't know how to use it. And of course you've got the tiefling woman who has her mask, and it is beautiful and brilliant. Perhaps it sits upon your brow at the moment, as if just waiting to be activated. And then there's a rakish gentleman who seems more confused than everyone else, and also has pie on his clothes now. That you're fairly certain was the person who pulled you out, and he's got this, this beautiful stringed instrument that's like a sparkling deep blue color, and it is a lute, and it just looks like one of the fanciest lutes you've ever seen in your life.
I see. Does anyone have a napkin?
you
There's one on the table somewhere.
there's as soon as it's asked for, there's just a spool of ox blood colored cloth napkins, just like you can just pull it, just like just like any other rotational based hand wiping mechanism, and you pull several of the ox blood colored cloths off, and I don't know if you would like to wipe yourself down. If somebody would like to wipe Kaizen down, that's also okay. But you guys get as this is happening, Kaizen, you just feel this very strong compulsion. You are here. You're not super glad that you're in this room, but these people seem all right. But you just have such a strong desire. Whatever that symbol was, you have to find it. You know it's somewhere here. You feel it. You feel this brownness inside of you. You feel the glowing brown. It's summoning you.
I do feel brownness inside of me, but I feel it gives me I need to go use the restroom real fast. Then I can come back and
just be careful what door you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the bidet room. It's blue.
And once again, to sort of paint the picture for you guys, there's a idyllic window on one side. There's a gently crackling hearth fire going, and another walled room. There is a door, and curiously, whether or not you remember for sure if there's ever been an actual door there, this one almost looks like it's been painted on. There's no handle to it. And Lenti, you heard Dana from on the other side of this door, but for some reason there's no handle.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop up on the table and sit down as I'm wiping myself off and just kind of casually. So, what are y'all in for?
I just woke up here right now.
Yes, this Minotaur seems like to have a very casual understanding of the danger that you guys have found yourselves in, or perhaps maybe it's not a casual understanding, but a casual sort of lean when it comes to things that are in general dangerous. He does seem like he would take dangerous things not very seriously.
Well, we are in here. I don't know, as near as we can tell, we are in here for existing, and it seems like beginning to glean some sort of pattern here where every time we wake up, we are joined by another individual, such as yourself, not always from Pi, or ever really before from Pi. So I guess we have the same question for you. Are you or have you been a member of this dwelling before?
I have. I
yes.
don't know all the details. Everything is pretty foggy from what happened last time. I'm sure this is some kind of magical fuckery happening that goes on with these. Not the biggest fan of magic myself, but to each their own. That's what you're into. It's okay. But I really do feel like I've been here before, and we have to do something. I can't tell you what that something is, but we must do something.
That's about consistent with the pattern as well, too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just when you say that, I don't know what that thing is, Kaizen. You feel just this very strong sense again, almost like it's knocking at the door in your soul insistently. It's growing into it like a pounding knock. You've got to find this symbol. You've got to find this. It's so important. Nothing else is going to matter more soon than finding this symbol.
All right. Well, since you guys don't seem to know what you're looking for, I happen to know what I'm looking for. I'm going to go over and pull a dagger out and start carving it into the top of the table for the two crescents so they can see what it looks like.
So he does this. It is of course a simple design, but it's expertly carved into this table with this dagger, and you guys see a crescent symbol and a smaller crescent symbol within it, sort of being held gently by it.
I don't recall seeing it before.
There's something that you guys might something is kind of bubbling at the edge of each of you guys' consciousness. But why don't all of you guys go ahead and just give me like a general intelligence check? So use your intelligence modifier, roll a d20, and just tell me what your result is.
This is not a good roll for me.
Nope, not a good roll for me either.
Oh, sorry, Kaizen, you're not required to roll here. If
Perfect, because my intelligence modifier is no, it's great because my intelligence modifier is a -1, so
Same.
not gonna.
I got
I've got a
8.
21.
Ooh,
All right,
Oh, good.
Pandora got 21. Van got 8. Elenthi, what did you get?
8.
8. All right. And Raffin, what might your?
I rolled a 20. I can't find my modifier. What's my modifier?
Oh well, if you your modifier would be so what's your intelligence?
I mean, like
Let's see
ironically.
here. Your modifier is +1, so you are so that would be a 21. So both
Yep.
you and Pandora got a 21.
Yep.
So wow, doubles. So Elenthi and Van, you did nothing. There was this little bit of a bubbling memory coming up, but nothing too strong. It escapes you almost immediately.
I
Yeah,
haven't had
just
coffee
like
yet, so
it could be anything. There's so many things that look like crescents, the best things. But Pandora
Like
and Raffin,
Crescents look like crescents.
Those are-
There's
and
some
those are
croissants
wonderful
on the
things.
table. Yeah.
yeah, and in fact, it's almost confusing seeing the.
No, I
the
remember
crescent
that
shaped
symbol.
croissants.
it's carved right on the table.
And then
right
you
there.
aren't incorrect, Van. That is a wonderful
That was an 8.
with an 8. Pandora and Raffin, almost at the same time, you guys even like look at each other as if, oh, well, we've definitely seen this symbol somewhere before. And as both of you guys are cataloging, Raffin, you're thinking about the upper level, and Pandora, you're thinking about the lower level, and you can't quite pinpoint it, but you guys recall having both seen something like this, possibly right after you first arrived here, somewhere in the vicinity of where you traveled when you first became aware inside of this room after you left, which gives you a good indicator that you might need to check out somewhere, perhaps the donut-shaped hallway.
Just before they begin, though, I point at them and I go, "You know something. I know
So-
it's here, and I know you know something. I know that look on your face."
There's a
What have
very
you seen?
aggressive Minotaur accusing you of knowing something, Raffin and Pandora.
I think we need to go explore. So we need to get through the door with no handle.
Correct.
Can Dana open it from the outside if we use some sort of magic knock?
You are perfectly welcome to. How would you like to go about communicating this to Dana? And would anybody else like to assist Pandora in communicating this with Dana?
Well, I'm rather good with animals, I believe.
I am too, so I can probably assist.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to, give Pandora the help action. Pandora, why don't you tell me what you're attempting to achieve?
I am attempting to communicate to Dana that despite the fact that she does not have thumbs, I would like her to open the door. She can
Excellent.
use teeth. She can use
It could be a
shoulders.
this knob or it could be a this knob.
Yeah,
right.
It could. Yeah.
I
So
lean over to
I would-
Raffin and I'm like, "Are they crazy? What are they talking to? They're talking to a door."
Yeah.
Yes, so
There's
you lead down and get close to that door. And I'm sorry, Raffin, what were you saying?
No. I was saying, I don't know. They're leaning down and getting close to that door. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you guys are both attempting to speak to Dana, and you can hear on the other side of the door, you can hear this hellhound sort of awake and aware, as if your presence alone has made her kind of registered with her. So proximity, perhaps, but it appears that she's pretty open to communicating with you, at least in some capacity. So how would you like to go about physically communicating this? In what way?
I don't know, just like shouting through the door.
Okay. And it is quite muffled, and you do see that the seam that normally would, there's usually a larger gap underneath the door, or perhaps at the top,
Obviously.
depending on
When it's
the
not
type.
drawn on.
Yeah, but it is, clearly not there. Though there isn't nothing. There is some sort of seam, but it isn't. Yeah, so some sound does carry through, but it is you get the sense it's quite muffled. So if you would like, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
For the help thing, do I need to do anything, or is that just?
That is, thank you for reminding me. You can do that with advantage because Elenti is also assisting you. So go ahead, roll D20 twice and take the larger number plus your animal handling modifier.
All right, so 18 is the larger, plus 18 plus 6 would be a larger number than 18.
24.
So you were looking at 24. That's an excellent roll for animal handling. That's very few people, Doolittle included, could probably communicate as effectively with this dog as you have just now, Pandora. And you indicate, as you mentioned, try to figure out how the handle works. Let us out, and you can hear, kind of the sounds of shuffling, like a dog getting off of its haunches, and then you hear like a sort of sound, and it sounds kind of like when you're, a locked door with a little bit of like the paddle handle, like you hit it, it doesn't open all the way. It just kind of like a little bit of a reverberation. So she's found the handle, she's hitting the handle in some way that you can tell, but for some reason that's not opening it.
It's the lack of bloody thumbs.
Question. Is there, I know there's not a door handle, but is there like a key hook, or does it appear that the door either goes like in towards Dana or out?
Oh, like
push or pull,
for like where like the hinge would be.
Right.
You do in fact see that it looks as though there's not much of a visible hinge on this side. You are fairly certain that the door would swing outward away from you.
So it's a pull rather than a push. Dana's invariably pushing. Would it help if I could, for example, off the top of my head, craziest, cast an illusion of Pandora doing the action that we want Dana to do on the other side of the door?
Yeah, that is definitely something you may attempt. Now, keeping in mind you can't see what is on the other side of this door, so you will have to use your best guess. What spell were you considering doing? Like I have
an illusion cantrip that I can or a crowbar. Yeah, that's also magical. I have an illusion cantrip that I can project up to 30 feet that I could put on the other side of the door, even if I'm on the other side of the door of Pandora, either saying or doing whatever she chooses, as a way to be like pull, whatever, or that's up to her. Yeah, just like that.
Excellent. So, all right. So you go ahead and you can cast that, and I imagine you cast it like maybe 5 feet away from you if you're up against the door.
Yeah, I have to be with it. Yeah, I have to be kind of right up. I will go right up to the other side of the door.
Excellent.
Carelessly. Yeah.
Okay. And
it's a 9. It's a 9.
What are you rolling for? Sorry.
For the illusion cantrip.
Oh, gotcha. What's sorry? Will you refresh my memory on what it requires as far as a roll?
I'll tell you 1 second.
Because we may need to modify it based on the what the intent is.
So this is a minor illusion. Yeah. Just one action. It's not telling me.
1 second here. Let me pull this up. I will assist you. This is my help action as a DM.
It's actually 30 feet of range in an area of 5 feet wide, so I could be within 30 feet of it, actually.
Excellent.
So you accidentally cast it behind Dana.
No, over here.
So what we'll do for this is, so this won't require, because this would just be against your spell save. And that's only if Dana was trying to discern whether or not it was an illusion. And while being a sentient creature, Dana probably isn't too concerned or suspicious about illusions, especially if she's going to see Pandora. And so rather than any kind of roll like that, I would actually like you to give me a performance roll to see how effectively you can demonstrate this. But what you will do is let's go ahead and whatever you get, we're going to take 2 off of that. Since you are on the other side of a door, it's a little bit harder to direct, but let's.
I also have a +7 performance.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be shouldn't be too difficult.
You saying it?
Everyone's thinking it. Okay. And miraculously, a 9 again, +7, which is 16 minus 2. So 14.
So that would be a 14. So you perform this little minor illusion, and you guys wait for a second, and you hear the and the door starts to swing open in like kind of a jerky fashion. And if you were to look on the other side, you would see Dana has gripped the handle with her teeth and is slowly dragging it back while also keeping it like going up and down, because she's not 100% sure how a handle works. She just knows that she went up, down, and it came loose. So she's going to keep going up, down, and moving back until the door is open enough. And then before anyone can do anything else, she releases the handle and she just charges in and is like just all over all of you guys. She's happily wagging her tail. And she sniffs and licks each of you guys, and she even like gives sort of a acknowledging look at Kaizen. And Kaizen, you're fairly certain you've interacted with this dog before, and you were pretty impressed with not only the size and ability of this dog, but also just the general temperament. It looks much more aggressive towards humanoids than it apparently is, and that seems to have been your experience. And you recall that this dog's name is Dana.
This was very unexpected. As entertaining as it was to watch you all go through whatever that was to get a door open, probably could have just hacked down with like an axe or something.
And the rest of you remembering multiple instances of pickaxes and axes and hatchets.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, we're getting creative, all right?
This one resulted in less calluses, so
calluses are just leaving your hand.
But now you have kind of spilled out into this, section outside of this door. If you would like to exit, you guys are perfectly capable of doing so at this point. It doesn't seem like anything is barring your path. And other than the obstacle of Dana, which isn't much of an obstacle, there doesn't seem to be anything in your way.
Yeah.
And the moment the door is open, Kaizen, it's like you get a whiff of whatever this symbol is. You're confident. It's definitely not in this room. It's definitely somewhere else in wherever you happen to be.
Oh.
You said Dana seems to dislike humanoids, or
you were just surprised to find that as aggressive as this Dana is, I mean, for all intents and purposes, a hellhound, seems weirdly okay with any kind of humanoid so far. Just more bark than bite, you would think, at least when it comes to you guys.
We've been through a lot together.
Yeah, I give her chin scratchers.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, it's still a hellhound, so I'm not turning my back on it.
I think that if Raffin and I remember something from early on, like the first day that we were here, that was when we went to the dining hall. So maybe that's where we need to go look for this symbol.
I was going to say, there's only one door open. We may as well go through it.
Right. So that was...
So that's Pandora's suggestion.
So help me.
So I say we go look through the green door again.
How do you get the rest of you guys? Does that sound amenable, or do you guys have alternate ideas?
One room at a time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's where you guys feel like what you guys remember, I trust your memory more than mine.
I do not want to start with the blue door.
No.
Nope.
Because you guys do truly recall the blue door, the just massive amounts of water that pour through it with high force, very dangerous. But
we didn't
you
die.
guys, you didn't die, and
What's behind
that's
the blue
also
door?
the truest Monty Hall problem of them all.
Also,
and so
which one's blue?
Oh yes,
Yes.
right, yeah.
Oh, maybe we can carve something.
Kaizen might require a little bit of cajoling when it comes to the actual colors of the doors. But yeah, so you guys do recall that the blue door was awful torrential water. You guys recall from the most recent excursion out that you fought some sort of flesh golem in behind the gray door, and you do remember that you had quite a battle in your first foray when you went through the green door into the dining room. And so you're not 100% sure what to expect this time, but this would also be only the second time you've ever gone in through there. So
well, we've leveled up quite a bit since then. I feel like hubristically we can handle anything that comes through there.
That's such a positive and optimistic way of looking at if someone were to say if there was a game based around this, that's such a good way of looking at it. So so you guys head out towards the donut shaped hallway, and keeping in mind it goes around in a circle as it's wont to do.
Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys you pass the staircase as you head out there, and you're heading right to the green door.
Yes,
something up the staircase.
There's lots of something.
Would you guys like to respond?
Yeah.
Lots of somethings like bad, good.
Eventually, there's something good, but but there's a lot of bad first, and I don't remember any crescent symbols up that direction.
All right. As much as I do crave the joys of battle, I do believe I would rather find this symbol. I know it's here. It's here somewhere.
The green room will give you battle, I promise.
Yeah, you'll still get a battle.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, there's not really any good options for avoiding battle in this place. Yeah. or water or fire, presumably. But yeah.
Ironically, I would have considered those bad options. So let's go.
You were talking about the efficacy of swinging an axe. We'll see how that plays out.
Yes. So you guys trudge on over. You pass a few of the doors until you arrive, and the way that you take to get there, you pass the blue door, and if you had entered from the other side, you would pass the gray door, and until you pass the red door, and then you are at finally the green door. Now
this one, right? This gray door, not that gray door. Or that gray door.
It's that other gray. It's that different gray.
Should we carve like a small G on it?
Gray or
you are more than welcome.
G-R-E. No, wait, no. G-R-E-E. Yeah. A small frog, perhaps?
To put like a leaf on it or something?
Leaf. Let's do a leaf.
Leaf.
Not an autumnal leaf, but a flourishing,
I wouldn't know the difference anyways. They're just, everybody tells me leaves are green, so whether they're on the ground or on the tree, they're the same color to me.
Right. You want to carve a leaf?
Who's the dagger? You rogues.
I mean,
you bunch of rogues. Whoever.
Whoever would like to.
That's me.
I do have a question for you all, though. What's everybody's passive perception? It should be located on your sheet on the left-hand side if you're using D&D Beyond, or on a character sheet.
Passive.
I'm sorry. What was that?
11.
Mine's a 14.
I'm a 13.
Okay.
Oh, passive perception 12.
Okay. And I believe, let's see here. And then I'm trying to write everybody's down here so that I don't have to necessarily ask. A little bit more seamless. And I believe 13 for...
13.
Yep. All right. Excellent.
13.
Sorry, it took me a sec to find my note there. So those of you who got 12 or higher, raise your hand real quick so I can see. Okay, so all of you guys notice this to varying degrees of like a delta symbol. So very, very small iota. But you guys notice that it's probably less curious to you, Kaizen, but the rest of you guys would notice that this donut hallway, it's recently been drenched by water. Like that was like very recently, like way more recently than you would have opened this door. So that's odd. Why is that? That's just something that you curiously note, and if any of you would like to investigate that further, you absolutely could. But yeah, on your way to the green door, on your way to carve a leaf in the old oak green door, you just notice that there's some extra dampness, more water, and even further on, closer to the blue door, you guys see that there's like a very, very, very shallow puddle in like kind of the well of the floor. As
Is
if
the blue door open?
Was one of you nervous? Somebody get scared.
Dana.
Dana is looks like she's not sure why she's abashed, but she is abashed. But not
it's molten lava anyway, so that doesn't seem right.
But yeah, no, it's definitely, it doesn't give you the smell of urine, which is a very recognizable smell. Some of you would know that smell.
Oh, is this the bog smell that we caught a hint of?
You are smelling there's a bit more of a bog smell here. It's a thicker, more kind of like, earthy and wet smell. It doesn't smell like before when the water came rushing through, which was almost like a salty, almost like seawater sort of scent. This one is much more like stagnant pools of standing water, probably overgrown with something green. That's the scent you get. And if you were to examine the water a little bit more closely, you would probably see as well that, yeah, that's definitely got like a bit of a scummier quality to it. So something has changed about this hallway, but you're not, once again, some things are different. Some things are mostly the same. But you guys have arrived at the green door. Are you carving a leaf into the wood of the green door?
Or just the word green?
I feel like leaf is going to take less time than green.
You could. So who's planning on doing that?
I'm the rogue with the dagger.
All right. So you go up. And you know what? Go ahead and start carving that in there, okay. Lindsay. But I want you to also give me an investigation check while you're doing it. Find the best spot to do it. Find the best, most visible location where the wood might be a little bit softer.
13 plus. Where are you? Investigation. 15.
15. All right, excellent. So with a 15, you find a really nice patch of this, this door. You start carving in there, and the moment you put down, and I will say that you just passed the DC here. The moment you start to put the dagger down onto the wood, you see that the wood almost like bristles, like the fibers, the hairs of the wood kind of stand up a little bit, almost like it's not super keen on having a dagger pressed into its flesh. So what sort of reaction are you going to still going to do it, or are you going to
I think I'm probably going to like step back and be like, this door doesn't want me to carve into it, guys.
What do you mean it doesn't want you to carve into it? It's a door.
It is. I don't know.
It's a sentient door, goddammit.
You guys, do we make it a dead door? I'm happy to make it a dead door.
I think we should just use the door as it is intended, and we will just tell you the colors they are. The end.
And so yeah, you guys all sort of like get, as she's mentioned this, you do see like a little bit of a quivering nature to the exterior of the door. And but then it settles. Once the dagger gets out of a certain proximity to it, it settles.
I'm gonna pet it and be like, sorry.
And that seems to largely calm it down. It goes flat again. Flaccid door. But so yeah, would you guys like to? That was better.
What was everybody's race again? What is Lindsay's race?
Half elf.
Half elf. Okay.
And then we've got a tiefling
you-
and a half
You
tiefling
elves
and
and
a
your
variant
love of
human.
the woods apparently even extends to after they've been made into a door.
You got to be kind to things sometimes, I
Yeah.
guess. Even afterwards in its
Beg
life
to
cycle.
Beg to differ, but okay.
I love the aggressive agent of chaos that Kaizen is becoming. So yeah, who would like to enter the door first? Who's gonna go through?
I'll go first since I've got the I'm probably the least squishy of us all.
Oh,
It's
that's very
it is
sweet.
Yeah.
It is very possible. Yes. What a gentleman this massive minotaur is. So Kaizen, you open the door, and I don't know. Would you typically brace for anything if you were just opening a door? Or would you go to face it? However,
I would probably wait for the door to finish opening. So one of those kind of lish
Yes.
and push and then toss it open, looking back and forth, and then slowly walking inside, readying my shield and axe just in case, since there has been mention of things here before. Still looking
Yeah,
around to make sure that there's nothing that's going to like jump out. And I also make sure to push the door flat against the wall so as not to leave that little V for people to hide in behind the door.
Gotcha. So yes, you open the door, you press it flat against the wall, make sure that anything that was hiding behind there is now a pancake, and you step in. And you guys are familiar with this view inside, mostly, but Kaizen, maybe you don't recall, or anyone who might need a refresher. So you're staring inside at a terrifically large dining hall. It's at least 200 feet tall, long, and half as tall and wide across. So this is just massive. At the far side, there's this beautiful, like mosaic-like stained glass window, and it's a variety of colors. And there's seats. There's in the center of this dining hall is a table, and there's seats around it with spoiled food. You guys might recall how it was a little bit revolting to see all of this food going away. It's nothing like the wonderful bounty that was just in your quiet and safe room that you came to in. This is, this is just spoiled beyond belief. You see just like rotten apples, a pumpkin with spider webs growing across it. And one of the biggest travesties of all, Pandora, you see that there appears to be like an entire bottle of a very spicy, dark liquor that has spilled out and dried and is sticky, and you just see that it was clearly a full bottle. The cork is somewhere else, and you can maybe if it was still in the bottle it'd still be good, but it's definitely not good now. This is just awful. And this stained glass, you see, Kaizen, it's warping slightly, so you can't really see what the images are inside. You can tell it was intended to be something, but over time, this has obviously started to become more of a decrepit stained glass. And one of the curious things that, Kaizen, you might know, but the rest of you guys notice, is before it was pretty dark in here, except for that, one light coming through the stained glass. Now there are candelabras that are lit. This entire room is so much brighter than it was the last time. And in fact, you think some of you are thinking, like, if we clean this up a little bit, it might be not half bad place to hang out. And you don't get this overwhelming sense of dread that you had the first time you visited. You guys can see all this through the doorway. So while it is very similar to the room you last fought in, there's also something off. The light's on, and it appears to be even more empty than last time.
I'm
And
suddenly
curiously,
very glad for the pie that I came out of after coming into this room. Feels like this could have been much worse.
Yeah, that would have been a deal-breaking pie to come out of here. So yeah, do the rest of you guys enter behind Kaizen into this dining room?
Yeah, I'll go in, either severally or all at once. But the fact that it seems so benign, it conversely makes me even more wary.
So good to be true. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'm not. I think it's great.
Well, I volunteer.
So
you
Rapton's going first, and
Yeah,
then
Rapton go first. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
So yeah, you walk in and you are you look around and you see, yeah, this is interesting, but also there's no. Last time you guys were here, there was some music playing. It's dead quiet this time. It's as quiet as a crypt in here. But it also is very apparent. Those of you who, which is all of you now, I guess, have that noticed the water in the hallway, see some of that water here, and that boggish smell is coming through in this room, and so that's just
This does
strange.
not
Why?
bode well.
No, there's something
Something
so
trapped
off.
this in, clearly.
Yes,
I don't know
something
if I can
clearly came through
distinguish.
here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I can distinguish off and not off based on where I've just come from and not having much of a memory of being in here. So I'm just looking around to see what's here.
Yes,
Investigating some of the side shadows where things might hide and things like that.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, Kaizen, your experience is pretty neutral in approaching this as far as memory goes, because yeah, you don't recall necessarily being here. Maybe there's, a vague sense of possibly having been here before, but as of right now, no, you're just, you're taking a sweep of a room for the first time as far as you're concerned. And the rest of you guys, as you enter, you remember that you fought this gross thing in here, and you fought some slimes and or oozes, and it was a much more chaotic display last time, and it appears to be completely empty except in the far side. Now, Kaizen, you see this, and who came in right after Kaizen? Was it Raffen or Van?
It's Raffen.
Raffen. Yeah.
Raffen.
Raffen's on Kaizen 6.
Yes. So Raffen, you remember this place a lot better than somebody who appears to have been here for the first time. So I want you to go ahead and give me just a perception check with advantage. And Kaizen, you can give me a regular perception check if you'd like.
Okay.
That's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Hilariously, 14 also.
Okay, excellent. So pretty much at the same time, once again, Raffen, you are
daily double,
you are twinning today. You're sisters. So you
You can't twin if you're not winning. You can't be twinning if you're not winning. As they say.
So at the far side, almost difficult to see because of the eye is drawn to the stained glass, this large, massive stained glass. The eye is drawn to that, so it's so easy to overlook anything else that's immediately around it. But you actually see, Raffen and Kaizen, you see like a small form that appears to be like cowled in a tattered cloak, kind of sitting head down, arms wrapped around knees, and appears to be breathing normally. Nothing that seems concerning, but definitely a living individual sitting right underneath this stained glass.
Sitting or laying?
Sitting, but not looking as though they're trying to hide themselves. It's hard to know if they're conscious or just resting, but they're definitely there, and they're definitely in a seated position. You assume that possibly, generally the arms are wrapped around the knees, head down, so they're probably awake in some capacity. Not if they were trying to sleep, probably not fully asleep, but just this little individual. You would judge them to be maybe, because they were cowled, it's hard to see like what race they are or anything like that, but something child-sized or slightly larger. So maybe one of the more small races but perhaps a full-grown adult. But it's hard to tell from here. You might have to get closer.
All right. I look over at Raffen and I go, "Well, let's go say hello." And start walking over towards the person over there.
Yeah, I always, if I've got a Minotaur with me, I feel impenetrable. So,
and who wouldn't? That's the ultimate bodyguard there.
Well, if it's in front of you, then you are impenetrable, Dan.
Basically. So you two, march over the Van, Pandora, and Elenti. What are you guys? Are you guys still in the hallway, or are you guys coming in?
We'll come in. I'll come in and
I'll probably
enthusiastically back them up from the doorway.
Coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, like stay
Cautiously.
distant from whatever they're going towards, but
Yeah.
like
I have a
be
ranged attack. That's helpful.
in the
Gotcha.
room where it
Moral
happens,
support.
not involved.
Well
Just the two
done.
tanks going
You
forward.
guys
right?
got this. You guys got this.
Woo!
Woo, we
I
believe
do
in
call out
you.
before we. I do call out before we get too close. Hello there. Is everything okay? Just to make sure that I'm not walking up and like startling them or anything while I'm within attack range, kind of thing. So,
Gotcha. So about how many feet away do you stop before you shout?
as we're walking, I'm calling out. So we're probably
Gotcha.
half to 3/4, half to 2/3 of the way there, and I call out. Well, is everything okay? Do you need help? Is there anything wrong? And walk up, and before we get to them, and then eventually we'll a few more steps and we'll get within range of them.
Okay.
And I'm whispering commands into Kaizen's ear, like ask them who they are, ask them what their name is, ask them how they're doing, ask them if they're okay.
And I'm really thankful for this because in one ear, out the other with the 8 intelligence. So
So is Kaizen like repeating like the things that he's saying, almost as if he's just got like kind of a little Cyrano in his ear?
Yes, almost as though I was reading from a prompter.
Excellent. So this like rapid fire, like deep, subtone of comes out of this Minotaur towards this small individual. And I'm sorry, refresh my memory, Raffin. What specific phrases are you saying?
Ask them what their name is. Ask them who they are. Ask them where they came from. Ask them what race they are. Ask them if they need anything. Ask them if they know what happened to the food. Ask them what the water's all about. Ask them if it's a bog. Ask them why the bog smells like that. Ask them how they
like
get the
to
cow.
know
Ask
what
them
your
if it's
social
design of the cow.
security
Ask them
number
what-
and current car warranty standards are.
Yeah. Ask them. Yeah.
So all
Ask
this
them all
like
that.
cavalcade of questions come streaming out of Kaizen, and one in particular seems to resonate with this figure. As you're getting closer, yes, it says shit, and I thought I told you to delete my number, but
When he looks at Tasty in the middle of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, ask him like that.
3.
Finally getting over there. They're like, he wants to know what your favorite flavor of ice cream is. I think we've run out of questions.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
It's an old game. It's an old game called 20,000 Questions that we used to play when I was a child.
it takes 8 years to complete.
You played
And
strange
that's how you
games.
know
We
you're a
just hit
man.
each other with sticks.
He's only played once. He's not that old.
he's still playing.
It's all like game is
So yeah, the question that seems to resonate the most with this figure, this slight figure, is does this have something to do with the bog? Or you mentioned bog, or why does it smell like a bog? Something of that nature seems to resonate, and you see the creature stir a little bit, and the cowled head kind of looks up very slowly, not like snapping up, just slowly, and you can see that the hood sort of falls off of the back of this creature's head, and you, in full reveal, you see it's a goblin. It looks to be like a full-grown male goblin, but more concerning that you see are all these like bruises and protuberances all over the face and head, as if something something a bit violent happened, and one of the eyes is that's right eye is actually kind of swollen, and so it's kind of like peeking at you blearily through one eye. The other eye is mostly well formed, and just kind of looks up, and you just hear bug.
Ew, you're ugly even for a goblin.
Thank you, the creature says. And because as everyone knows, the uglier you describe something, the more pleasant it is to a goblin. And so the goblin seems very pleased by this giant's, this giant creature's compliment, and in fact, like looks right at you, Kaizen, and says, "You're very vile as well."
Yeah, but I'm not taking home the grand prize. Look at you. Good God.
The creature looks back. If there was a vile contest, you'd get turned away because no professionals.
Ouch. I like this guy. Can we keep him?
So the creature, like, it looks around, it sees the others off in the distance, looks at who's approached here and says, "What can I help you with, friends? I am. Pardon me, my manners, my manners. My name is Misery, and I am one of the saints here. What can I help you with?"
Is that misery with a
Misery.
Y or an I?
Misery, it's lovely to meet you. We're here to provide you company.
It's actually not.
Doesn't Misery loves company? I'm just curious.
I do, in fact, enjoy company, and as far as the last letter of my name, I've never spelt it out, so I'm not 100% sure what letter. Perhaps a 6? Does that sound right?
Oh,
That does sound right.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, with an
sounds right to
umlaut.
me.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what any
Now,
this is.
now I know where you're from.
I once knew a
Twisted
goblin who spelled it
shout.
just like that years ago. Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. He's that's probably my cousin Misery. He is a party animal. Anyway, how can I help all of you? And this is perhaps the first non-hyper aggressive creature you guys have encountered here, other than Dana. So that in itself is something slightly odd. But yes, Misery, as if like kind of anticipating that something about this interaction is going to require him to not be rude and sit. He slowly lifts himself up, and you can see that he's about 3.5 feet tall. He's not very large, and he looks like wraith thin, even by goblin standards. And as his hands kind of, move out of the sleeves of his cloak, you see that they too have like bruises and bumps and scratches all over them, and the
Just stand on our behalf. Feel free to remain seated.
Oh no, I was sitting for quite some time. It's okay. I tried to eat some of the food, but the food was of poor quality. The liquor was good though. He like casts
it
a.
was you.
Are you
I have,
also an aficionado?
No, I have pooped things out that I would be more willing to eat than what's on that table. No.
Yes, it's quite lovely. Anyway, yes, you seem to be searching for something, perhaps, or perhaps you are looking for a fight. In either case, I don't know if I can provide much of a martial conflict, but I'm willing to try.
And then I pull out a piece of the table that no one saw me break off when y'all were all playing with the door. And I'm like, did you see this symbol? The one that I have carved into it.
So you present this piece of table. Is anybody else in that spare moment? Is anyone else doing anything? Whether that's looking around or preparing anything.
I was going to talk about the crescent shape, but beat me to it.
So as Elanthi is saying, there's a crescent shaped sim, and then Kaizen like just thrusts forward this piece of wood, and Misery looks at the chunk of wood, looks up at Kaizen, looks at Raffen and everyone else. I seem to recall having seen this symbol. Have you checked the stairs? I think the stairs.
My companion said that they don't remember seeing anything upstairs. So
no, not upstairs.
Like the actual stairs.
These stairs.
These stairs?
The THE stairs. The article, not plural.
We're really sorry. You're just so ugly. It's hard to hear you.
The ones. Yeah, I mean, when last time we were on the stairs, we didn't really pay attention to the stairs because we were so focused on the mimic at the top of the stairs.
True.
So it's possible.
Should we go? The ones that are outside the room, though. There's not like a secret staircase in here, right?
No, the ones outside of the room is indeed the ones that old Misery was talking about.
All right. Well,
We can go.
should we go?
Does Misery? If
Do you wanna
you're
have
so
company?
inclined, you want to come along and you can, you know.
I'll bet because Misery loves company.
Yeah. Why we're here.
I do like company, but I don't know. I'm also cautious of company. Misery is also has a tendency of, being avoidant and maybe disassociating. So Misery is also those various facets. I'm a
believe
complex
Misery-
individual.
Misery contains multitudes.
Misery needs some immersion therapy. Let's go,
Well,
Misery. Come on.
Misery, if you can point out to us where you've seen the symbol, I will be your number one fan. And Misery.
Okay. Maybe. This seems to sort of set Misery into like a weird spiral. Van, why don't you go ahead and give me a persuasion roll? So go ahead and roll a d20, add your persuasion modifier. And if anybody would like to help with that, you will need to be proficient.
22.
Okay, and you're going to help with that, you said?
Well, I don't know if he needs it at this point.
I mean, you never don't need help.
I want to intimidate him, but not persuade him.
Okay, so with help, Van, go ahead and you can roll that with advantage. Especially with somebody like that, seems to be spiraling in some capacity.
My advantage. Hold on.
So you just take you roll the d20 twice, whichever one's the higher number.
Yep. 17 and.
My mother used to have a jewelry box that did this from time to time. We just had to smack it, and it would actually get back on track.
17.
So,
17.
Well, plus 4. So yeah, 21.
21. Thank you for that specification there, because you feel, as you see, how would Van try to calm somebody down? Van is very familiar with the art of anxiety.
True.
Clear.
Sure.
How
Intimately.
So in that, you
Though my
you have a
performance is quite
tendency
high.
Yes. So you have a tendency of knowing what spirals look like in the moment and what might be the best thing to do to kind of draw them out of it. So what kind of thing would you say to somebody who looks as they're on the precipice of a spiral?
Right. Well, first I'm going to get down to Misery's level, which is pretty much the floor. I'm going to look Misery right in the eyes. I'm going to take him by his little bony, ratty shoulders. And I'm going to give him just a little kiss on the forehead, just a little tiny kiss on the forehead. The last thing he was expecting, and say,
Oh, God.
Misery, you are good enough, you are smart enough, and you smell terrible.
And like the boop
We've
of
already
of the kiss on the forehead, he's pretty small, so even that little bit, and he's like pretty tiny, so that kind of like puts him on the back foot for a second. He looks a little dazed, but it does seem to have snapped him out of it, because the DC on that was actually 20, so 21 just gets it. Like he was in his spiral, and your little boop of a kiss and your words of wisdom actually kind of brought him back up, and he like blinks at you. Well, he winks at you because one of his eyes isn't working properly, and seems to come back into himself. Oh, sorry about that.
No.
That was a very sweet thing that you just did. No one's ever said that I smelled that bad before in order to draw me out of one of those little episodes. So that was, in the kiss, well, insult to injury, which because I'm a goblin, that's a good thing.
Yeah. I figure a little bit of patronizing, would just snap him out right of it. Yeah.
and I'm in shock. I wish Uncle Rutherford had known this trick before, because that one time with Mom's jewelry box, he went way too hard, and
Yeah. Once you get the song going, my persuasion skills get going.
Yeah, it's fertile territory for somebody who understands that level. So yeah, you seem to have brought Misery around, and now he's kind of like standing a little bit taller, back's a little bit straighter. So he's like 3 foot or 3'6" now. Man, he's he is a confident monster among goblins. And he's like, all right this way. And he reaches up and he takes your hand, Van, and he like leads you out. Are you reaching out to him, Melenthi?
Oh yeah.
And he takes your hand too. Hello, I'm Misery. And then so you guys, he's just like walking along holding you guys' hands.
And we're gonna swing him back and forth. It's gonna be a great time.
You guys swing.
Please, can we just swing?
1, 2, 3, jump.
You guys may swing. You know what? He seems to be enjoying this like weightless feeling. He's like, oh, this is wonderful. This is you know I'm a full grown man, right?
Yes, of course.
Good. As long as we
having a
understand
great
this,
time.
that's not weird. That's not weird. Okay, excellent. And you guys exit the dining hall.
Yeah.
We're headed to the stairs. We're on our way. Yeah.
All right. So all of you who's so you head down. The water is still there. Still not higher, not lower, but just still present. That boggy water. And you guys head back towards the stairs, and you finally set Misery down, and he's like, oh, that was fun. We could do that again sometime, perhaps. And he like looks up at both of you guys, hopefully.
Sure, sometime.
Yeah, anytime.
Totally.
It was real neat, real cool.
I see why you all were so not keen on getting into battle before. You guys, despite what the rumors say, friendship is not magic. Okay, it's not.
So the Misery kind of like stands by the stairs and is like, all right, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that I saw it somewhere around here. And he starts kind of like looking at the ground at his feet, and he's just kind of like wandering around, like mumbling to himself. What would the rest of you guys like to do while Misery is apparently doing his thing?
Also check the stairs.
Yeah.
Maybe you should kiss him again. It seems to be.
Someone want to start at the top. Does someone want to start at the top and work their way down, and then one start at the bottom, work their way up, and we kind of in the middle?
And then you can kiss in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
You kiss a goblin one time.
If we go to the top, though, are we gonna engage the?
We have the sensor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do we just want to kill the mimic? No, we could just murder it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the sensor, so someone could reasonably start at the top. Someone would ostensibly want to take that sensor up there, the incense device, and somebody could start at the bottom. So who wants to take top? Who wants to take bottom? Guys, come on!
I can't help it.
I'll go to the top. You scaredy cats.
All right, so Kaizen, you take this.
Here's the sensor.
All right, you take this incense sensor, and you go to the top. And who's taking the far side of the stairs? Who would like to start?
Take the lower portion of the stairs.
The lower portion, excellent. All right, so Pandora's taking the lower portion. Van, Raffin, and Lenthi, what are you guys doing while they're taking this?
I'll I guess start in the middle and work outward, or is there a side to this stairwell? I'm trying to picture.
There is a side to this stairwell.
Yeah,
yes,
I'll look at the side of the stairwell, like the flush side of the the like whatever the triangular or however sloping part of the sides.
And it does. It does, kind of triangulate, if you will, down hypotenuse down to the
I have a
corner
torch,
wall.
so I'll use my torch.
You will use your torch. Excellent. Yeah. So you're casting kind of this greasy flame light over everything, kind of light, greasy flame light, and that lights up your section. So he's doing the side of the staircase. Lenthi, does that mean you're doing the wall on the opposing side, like there's kind of an alcove here? And that leaves Raffin. What would you like to be doing?
I'll examine each stair by stair to make sure that they're secure and no one's going to fall through.
Okay. So, that is going to be an investigation check for everyone. So, go ahead and roll investigation and just tell me what each of your individual scores are.
We're all rolling. You said we're all rolling perception.
Yep.
Investigation. Oh, perception.
Or
not
investigation. Investigation.
Oh,
Investigation.
Sorry.
investigation. Crap.
Yes.
That is
Unless-
21.
Wow.
12.
13.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're doing investigation, it's 16. If we did perception, it's 21.
Okay. Well, I will if your perception is higher, it would be a little bit, a more sensory based sweep rather than a full investigative look. But if you would like to use
You
your
can take the
perception
16
score.
on the investigation.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So who got 21? Was that Pandora or was that Alenti?
Lengthy.
All right. Alenti, along the wall, you're kind of examining things, and you're like really getting in there. Like, it's a porous wall. You can, you're becoming one with it almost. You really understand this wall. You've seen walls before, but this is a wall.
You've seen walls before.
I have.
But none
seen
quite
walls.
like this. It's
Like that
it
scene
is.
from Shrek. I like that wall. That is a nice wall.
I suddenly have developed a construction skill.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're like, I could, you know what? I could see myself really spending some time near this wall. But you're examining it pretty extensively, getting very familiar with, all of it. And you actually find down at the bottom near the other wall where these two walls meet. You see there's like a little slot. It can't be larger than your fingernail, like your pinky nail. And it's right down where the walls meet with the floor. So like this perfect holy trinity leading to just this like tiny little slot. And we'll get back to you in just a second so I can describe what everybody else is doing. Kaizen, as you kind of walk down the stairs, you got the center kind of swaying. You look very orthodox. As you're coming down these stairs, and you're not seeing this symbol that you're looking for anywhere. You see a lot of wood, a lot of knots, a lot of scratches. You see what appear to be like teeth marks, but yeah, nothing that is really resembling this crescent. And the same for Pandora. As you're coming up, you're not seeing much of anything. Pandora, specifically, what was your investigation?
12.
12. Yeah, it's these are fucking stairs. Like, that's as far as like this, nothing out of sorts. And then Raffin, oh wonderful baby Raffin, with an 8, was it?
7.
7. Oh wow, I was trying to be generous.
Yeah.
You are the chief of stairs in your mind, but outside externally, yeah, these might be stairs. You're not even 100% sure if they are.
Yeah.
And
Van, I'm the stair master, not master of stairs.
Van, what was your investigation?
13.
13. Yeah, the wall next to it, there's definitely something. With a 13, it almost seems a little bit hollow. Like, it's not like normal walls. This ain't a usual wall either. Something is off about this one. And as to go back to Lengthy, this slot, there's some like air coming from this slot. This tiny, like I said, no bigger than your pinky nail size slot where it meets. It's super weird, almost as if the joint wasn't fully formed when they carved this place out. I don't know if you would like to mention that to anyone, or
yeah, I'm going to mention all what I learned to everybody.
Okay. So you guys hear Lenti mention that there's a curious windy slot down here, in the joint of where the walls and floor meet. Would you guys be intrigued by that, or are you going to keep doing what you're doing?
I mean, I think at this point it's our best lead.
Yes.
I'm still at the top of the stairs.
So you guys, you're looking around. You see an odd cabinet at the top. But yeah, so the rest of you guys do go and approach this slot.
The only thing I would otherwise ask before we do that is, does Misery have anything to say? Did they find anything?
So Misery seems to have just been like kind of like, but when you say I found something, he toddles on over, little pads over. He's barefoot, and he walks over and he kind of crouches down and leans forward and looks. He's like, I don't think I saw it in this hole, but it's something, I guess. But as you guys kind of gather around, not only is wind coming out of the slot in this wall, but also more of that bog smell.
Boggy smell.
It is very much stronger coming from here. There's something curious about all of this. The water in the hallway, the water in the dining room, the strong scent coming from here. There's something going on with this slot. It's just really difficult to know what at the moment. Would anyone like to try their hand at figuring this out further?
Yeah, does there seem to be, I know there's like a slot, does it seem that we need to find something to go in it? Or does it, and I know you said the wall is like airy, or does it feel like it's more like we can, using the slot, break open this wall?
Go give me a perception check. And then does anybody have like detect magic or anything like that?
I do, yes.
Okay, excellent. If you were so inclined, you might be in this specific scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I detect magic the same way I detect the rain, with my knees.
I only got a 7, so I see nothing. I sense nothing.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty baffling. But with a 7, that's not the worst thing, but it's also, you're sort of at a loss for how to approach your best idea. Oh, excuse me. Yep. Your best idea is the best idea as far as you can glean right now.
Yep.
And then you do cast detect magic, you said?
Yeah, here.
All right.
14.
Okay. You are very strongly. What's that?
Would I add Arcana to that?
So with detect magic,
it's just a roll,
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't even know if it's a roll, is it?
No, it's just by will.
I think you just cast it. Because it's divination.
Like
so
illusion, yeah.
On the top of the stairs,
yes.
Okay. Casting magic. My knee.
He's still at the top of the stairs with his sense. And
cool, dude.
And so as you cast detect magic, Van, you do get the strong aura, and those of you who would be familiar with magic at all know that with detect magic, you typically can what they say is sense within 30 feet of you, but you can also like see an aura if you would like, to see if there's anything magical specifically, if you're not like 100% certain what you're looking for. And you do in fact receive an aura in return, Van, and because pretty much right above where this little missing seam section slot is, about 5 feet up, you see a single crescent shape that's sort of like glowing, but it's very clear that it's not on the wall, but very likely on the other side of the wall.
Okay, so that's a good sign, even though the single crescent makes me believe that if we're going to somehow start tearing this wall apart, the only way to see if there's another crescent anywhere else on the interior part of this stair. The boggy smell coming from there is sort of an ominous kind of a situation. Yeah. If we have been very cautious about destroying this place so far this time around. So
I've definitely come back down the stairs at the mention of destruction.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like our unless anyone has a some kind of more surgical means of opening up the side wall of the stairs, I might say, Kaizen, if we're here for you, man. If this is what you need, There is one crescent inside there. There could be another. I don't know for sure. But if you have the way to tank your way through this wall, I would say let's all back up and have at it.
Oh, I see. Yep, that's that they
Unless
split
there
up
are
the
any
crescent.
objections from the
Part on
party
their
about
part.
the-
I'd
yeah.
be happy to.
The only thing I would ask is beforehand is the whole like the slot that I found. Oh, it's bigger. Never mind. Nope.
Yeah, let's say it's
I was gonna
fingernail
ask if
size.
my
I thought the
crowbar
same
would
thing.
fit in it, but it would not because it's the size of a fingernail. JK.
Mhm.
Bash away.
everyone kind of backs out of the way. Misery is like kind of turns and looks up at the Minotaur, and then like with like the one eye that's still good, like kind of widens excitedly, and he like scuttles back to watch as he's preparing to see something impressive. So why don't you go ahead and do what you would like to do, Kaizen?
Sure. I put my shield across my back to have it out of the way and switch out because I did happen to bring a second weapon with me, which is a warhammer. So we're just going to go to the versatile method, holding it with both hands.
Wait, hold on.
And take
Safety goggles, everyone. Safety goggles.
I don't have those.
Oh, sorry.
Someone just back away.
You see, like Misery just like kind of puts one hand over his good eye and is just like, acting as though that's going to protect him somehow.
Sorry, Kaizen. Proceed.
No worries. Safety is always important for the people who are going to be in the back. It's
Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Jesus. That's a 26 to hit.
All right, and
yeah.
because as far as you can tell, it is an inanimate object. You go ahead and do critical damage to it. So go ahead and tell me what that is. And I believe what we do is we roll and then double it. Is that what you guys have established for in times past?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
Okay, I
believe
it's
had a specific skill that did that. Like I know Raphael.
I think you roll the damage dice and double it. I think that's what we're looking at.
Sure.
We'll just set that as the standard now, at least.
I love it.
Okay.
All right.
And looking at 24 damage.
24 damage. You crack into this wall with your hammer, and it instantly just like shatters. It's smoke and debris and detritus just kind of billowing out into this small little alcove next to the stairs. And once the smoke starts to settle, that is when you specifically, Kaizen, can see this crescent. In your mind, it is glowing brown. You see one single crescent. You're not seeing another one yet, kind of nestled in there, but you see this glowing brown through the smoke and the haze. The rest of you guys don't see a glowing brown crescent. You guys see a dangerous looking red glowing crescent
Great.
with a pupil in the center of it. As the smoke clears, there is a large plant-like creature of indeterminate origin tucked into this space that where all the plaster has fallen, and it has like a single low-lidded red eye, and then right above that one, another eye opens up, a smaller eye that is a second crescent, and you guys are now in combat as it reaches out with its plant-like tendrils toward you. And now we have established that you guys originally, if you guys would like to do this going forward, Jack had it established that you didn't have an initiative roll. It was just if it's a boss monster or a mini boss, in this case, they go first, and if it's not, you guys go first. You guys still good with keeping that rolling?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we have any moments to change out my equipment? Is it that fast, or is it attacking like super fast?
No, this is happening super fast. It would. It's not quite a surprise round, but it would be the next closest
Close
thing.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And so the first.
surprised. Were you surprised? I was so surprised.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
We'll see the crescents now. We're like, oh.
This is what you were looking for. So
The first thing that this thing is going to do is, and oh my goodness, give me just 1 second. I have set my dice slightly out of my reach, so give me one moment.
I didn't see that
It's
coming.
more
I was
than
kind of hoping it was
slightly
going
out
to
of
be food.
reach. It's
Yes.
completely out of reach.
Oh, very much out of reach. Oh man.
All right. So the first thing that this plant monstrosity is going to do is it's going to reach out its tendrils right for Misery and wrap around it and pull towards his open mouth. Let's see.
No. No.
And that is 16.
Crap, I have the
So
wrong character.
he is able to wrap his tendril around Misery, lift him up in the air, and bring him towards his mouth. But his second tendril is going to go right for the person that made all of that noise, all of that smoke and debris, and is going to try to grapple with Kaisen. So it's going to go, and so this will be an opposing strength roll, Kaisen. Okay. So I just need you to roll a d20, and you can either use your athletics I guess now it's strength.
Strength is athletics. Well, which one?
Yes.
Is it an athletics check or a strength check? Which one? Because that's definitely going to make a difference in my bonus here.
We're gonna go back. We're gonna in this instance we're gonna go athletics because I think that makes the most sense. So it'll be your athletics.
All right. And that's a 21 then for athletics check.
Okay, nice. So this is a close call, but we will say that in these instances, rolling forward, the tie goes to the defender, if that sounds good for everybody, because it also got a 21, and so it wraps around your body, this tendril, and you were able to just barely shrug it off, because one of the things that you note about this, Kaisen, is that that's a very strong tendril, like comparably strong to what you would think of as like a good sized Minotaur. Maybe not the strongest Minotaur, maybe not Kaisen Boulder Leader, but definitely very, very strong. So you could assume it's got a high strength score. And with its last attack, it gets 3 attacks per turn. It is going to lash out at who would be the nearest one. That would be Elinthi. It is going to, rather than try to grab you, you see that it's taking a barbed. It has one barbed appendage, and it is going to treat that almost like a sickle or a scythe coming in to take down the crop. And so what is your AC? Never mind, because that was a natural 1. So that was so how I like to play is with if the enemy gets a natural 1, you will automatically get an attack of opportunity to turn that in your favor. So go ahead and that is a regular action. You won't be able to use you won't be able to use a spell, obviously, but you could use like an attack to use your attack of opportunity. So go ahead and if you would like to do that, go ahead and roll.
Okay, cool. I mean, would I just like be striking with like a weapon sort of thing?
Yeah, whatever your well, right now we will treat this as you had your dagger, so it would be your dagger. Yep.
Okay. That is 13.
13 to hit. 13.
Yeah.
13.
Is there plus anything?
So whatever your dagger has, so you rolled a d20, and then whatever your modifier is on your dagger, so that would be, let me pull here. So your let's see here. Your dagger should be a plus. I think all the daggers and everything like that would give you like a +6 to attack.
Okay, so 19.
19. Okay, so a 19 is much better because you get this attack of opportunity. It comes in like a scythe, and you basically it comes back and you just slice it. You can tell it's a slightly awkward angle, and it comes in for you, and you just slice into this thing, and you hear this come out of this creature as you make contact with it, and what looks to be like a dark viscous sap drips out rather than blood, but it's not. It's like more blood-like than it is sap-like in its viscosity, but it's more sap-like than blood-like in its viscosity as well. So somewhere in between. And now we are. Those are the 3 attacks.
Reaction as well.
Oh,
by the
you
way,
do?
since I
Okay,
was
yeah.
attacked
If anybody,
by a reaction, yes.
okay.
So
Yes, go
I
ahead.
have being a blade breaker as a fighter.
Oh,
I have,
excellent.
the ability to use some maneuver points. I have 10 maneuver
Okay.
points per day, and I can use 2 of them to do wall blades, which lets me, whenever I'm attacked, I get to make an weapon attack against the creature attacking me, and then my AC becomes whatever that roll was till the beginning of my turn.
Okay,
So,
excellent.
since we haven't had time to switch anything out yet, I guess I'm going to try to smash the vines. I've still got 2 hands, so we're going to use that still the same way. That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and roll your damage.
That's going to be 9 and 5, so 14 damage.
14 damage this thing. So you guys see this Minotaur shrug off one tendril and does maybe like a cute little pirouette move with it. Not cute, badass as fuck, sorry. And slams down with the warhammer on this tendril. And once again, not as awful as when it was cut, but it does kind of like do a little like bend in midair, and you hear like a sort of sound. And in both of your instances, you do see as it, like, without taking an additional attack of opportunity, is able to very quickly slither away, almost like undoing a tape measure. And it like slinks back into the wall where the rest of its tendrils sort of like fan out in this way. And now we are at you guys' turn. And so who would like to attack first? You do see, just to paint the picture for you, the rest of you guys have seen 2 attacks land on this thing. And one specific instance, it's got its tendril wrapped around Misery, and it hasn't done anything yet, but you do see that it is like kind of dangling it near its pretty large mouth. And if you remember, Pet Shop Horrors, you can probably imagine something similar to that in this scenario. Big fucking plant.
Yeah.
What size is the
BFP.
plant? Actual D&D size.
What's that?
What's the actual
Large.
D&D size of the monster?
It is large. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry if I say
also,
like gigantic or whatever. It's large.
Okay.
Also, when it recoiled, how far does that put the monster away from, say, like myself and Kaizen?
So it has a 10-foot, what appears to be a 10-foot range on its appendages. So you could roughly estimate that from that break in the wall, you are 10 feet.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I would be happy to go ahead and I'm going to swap out for my shield and battle axe to get back to where I'm normally at. And I'm actually going to take a swing at the vines that are holding our little goblin friend to try to free him from that. And I have a stance. I love doing this stuff. I have a nice little stance that lets me. Where is it at? Oh, it's under the features. It is the stance of the blade breaker called Steel Serpent. So on my turn, my reach is increased by 5 feet. So I'm still 10 feet back and taking a swing at the vines holding our goblin friend.
Okay, yeah, and he's like, help me, as as he's being like kind of jerked around. So yeah, go ahead and roll to attack.
Oof. 25.
25 definitely hits. So you are able, and you said it was your axe is what you're using?
Yes, the battle axe this time. And it's only one-handed. So 4 and 5, 9 damage with that.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
9 damage total.
9 damage. Okay, excellent. Okay, so it has taken 9 damage. You guys are already out of the gate, just in the first initial contact, already doing some decent damage.
Really gonna hate this too because I get a second attack anytime I use the attack as my action.
Just about to ask. So go ahead.
Go, baby, keep going.
So we'll roll that again. That's 20. Wow, I can't do math all of a sudden. 26.
26. That also hits. So just 2 great, just tremendous whacks with this axe on this vine. Go ahead and roll your damage.
6 and 5 is 11 damage to that.
Excellent. So 11 damage. Okay, yeah, you see as you're just kind of like just 2 quick blows in a row, and you could see you've started to part the flesh of this appendage that's grabbing him. You think a few more whacks would definitely do it. Maybe one good one would actually help out. Is at the end of your turn, Kaizen?
I will say that I am going to make one last thing as my. I'm going to use hammering horns, which I'm allowed to use when I hit a creature. So after you hit a creature, I can make a horn attack.
Is that use up
a
bonus?
This is pushes. This will push them if I do that. And yes, it will be considered my bonus action. Although I guess I can't do that because I swapped weapons at the beginning, so I can't use a bonus action.
Correct. Yes, that's what I was just going to say. But
then, yes, my turn is done for now. Then.
Okay, gotcha. All right, excellent. So you guys have watched the Minotaur basically just cut into this chunk.
I'm just gonna put out my cigarette. Yeah, totally.
And then I do have a very quick alignment question here. Who's furthest back of the rest of you guys?
I was at the bottom of the stairs.
And Raffin was in the middle. So when you guys would have clustered around here, who probably would have been furthest away?
I mean, I was on the wall on the other side, but
but
I cast the detect magic, so I must have come around
fairly close. Yeah.
Just Pandora.
Pandora, or okay, gotcha. Pandora,
furthest away for sure.
So Pandora, while this is all happening, after this first initial contact happens, what did you say your passive perception was? Was it at least 12?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Well, then in that case,
exactly 12.
Oh, perfect. So you're far enough back that you're looking down the hallway, or like your peripherals are kind of looking down this donut-shaped hallway, right where this, the staircase meets, and you notice that it's starting to look a little damp again, even more damp than before. And in fact, if you're not, if you're not wrong, if you're not going bonkers, there seems to be some like moss growing in the hallway or something like that. It's getting like slowly overtaken. That might be something to note. But that's I'll count that as a free action just because it makes sense. All right, who would like to go next?
If I'm right there, I'm gonna push strong right here to free our friend first of all, and see what other whacks I can get in at the same time. So a couple of things. As a hex warrior, I can add my charisma to each attack, roll and attack. So that's 4 per. And I'm also going to cast Shadow Blade, which is your, it's a sort of solidified gloom. Let's say it's in the shape of a saber today, because it's Friday. So
why not?
Yeah. And because I'm using it as a third level, if we get to that point, that's going to be a 3d8 on that attack damage. But now we're just on the attack.
Okay.
And it's a 15 plus 4, so 19.
15 plus 4, so 19. 19. Sorry, tie goes to the defender. This thing. Or wait, is this a spell? Is this versus spell DC?
Okay, Shadow Blade is a spell, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, forget I just said tie goes to the defender on that then. Revealing too much. Okay. No, yeah, you get him. That's a direct hit, in fact.
Okay, so my 3d8s plus, this is going to be plus 12, whatever this is. This is 25.
25. What does it look like when this attack hits? Like, does it have a curious effect, or does it is it just like a straight blade attack? Like, what kind of effect?
It's a saber, so it's more about a slash. It's a slashing weapon, and the first arc of that slash is to sever the vine holding our good friend Misery, our terribly smelling friend Misery. So the first pass of that, is intended for the vine itself, and if it hopefully severs it, it cuts as much as I can into the base of the, you mentioned an Andre 2 kind of arrangement, so as much as I can across the maw of this boggy basso profundo creature.
Excellent. That is perfect. So yeah, you and how much damage total did you do? It was
That was 25.
25. Okay, with Kaizen's attack and your blade attack, you slice through this tendril and it drops Misery on the ground. It uncoils from his body enough for him to slip out, and he's like, "Ah!" And he goes running down the hallway. And you watch Pandora as he just kind of like.
Well, I think
Right.
we just lost a friend. Okay, yeah, good for us.
But save the friend.
Gratitude.
Who would like to go next? You guys get the sense that this creature losing its limbs and sap is actually it's starting to sag a little bit. So, and you guys have done a phenomenal amount of damage already. So this is insane. So yeah, who would like to go next?
How many tentacle barb vine things are there?
Numerous. Mechanically, only 3 will ever attack at once. But numerous enough that it's kind of like however many you want.
Okay. I just was curious, like how many more we had to do.
Oh no.
Okay, we got a lot. Got it.
Well, yeah, there's other parts of the body you could target, I assume. It's all made of plant. It's plants all the way down.
Yeah, where are the plant privates? That's the best place to hit a plant.
Yeah.
Benjamin 2.
Where's the statement?
Hold on. Is the flower like this chomp or like this chomp?
Like this, chop. Hot dog, not hamburger.
Puffers type, yeah.
This.
Wait, hamburger, not hot dog. Sorry, forgot about how food works.
Great. Okay.
What kind of hot dog bun like this?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
clamshell style.
Is the mouth currently open or closed?
It is now closed after it like screamed from being wounded so bad. So yeah, once again, as you chop through its limb, sap pouring out of it.
Great. I think I'm going to switch to my short bow, and I'm going to aim at like the noggin, like the top of its noggin.
Okay, got you. Right in the you gonna aim for what? One of the crescents or just the general head?
Yeah, let's aim for a crescent.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this. Great.
Go ahead and fire off with your bow.
Okay. Great. That was
go off.
Okay, what's the plus? I'm so sorry. I always forget this one.
No, that's all right. So on your D&D Beyond thing, I think we're looking at here.
I always forget what I'm doing.
No, it's okay. It is perfectly okay. It is your regular bow. So you said short bow?
The short bow, yeah.
Let's see here. I believe it's a it's either a D6 or a D8. Let me pull this up real fast.
To add to the D20.
Yes. So it should tell you. Or sorry, that's for damage. So it should be. Oh, sorry. It'll be your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, dexterity modifier. Okay, so this is 18 plus 6, 24. No.
So it would be the 4 from the 18.
Okay. So 4, 8.
You have an 18 in dex, you said?
No, Ace rolled the 18.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. So sorry, continue.
Roll 18, then the plus 6 plus what?
Plus your proficiency modifier and your dexterity bonus or modifier.
Okay, plus 3. 27. Okay. Found it.
Boy, oh boy, do you hit this thing right in its fucking eye. You release and it just right into. Were you aiming for the top eye or the bottom eye?
I don't know.
We'll say top eye.
Okay, great.
And you aim for this top eye, it slides right in, and you actually hear like a metallic tinking noise, like a tink, as the arrow slicks in there. And everyone here hears the sound of this like metallic ringing as if it has struck something small and metallic.
Fun. Okay.
Is that the end of your turn, Elanthi?
Yes, except for damage, I guess. unless that was just like I hit it and it's damaged.
You know, you do. Sorry, I was responding to that message. And I completely forgot about damage. So please go ahead and tell me what the damage is.
Sorry, where do I find that again?
So it should tell you that's your D6 or your D8 under. If you look at your weapon here,
Under
can tell you.
inventory.
Yes, it is a D6. So,
D6.
and then whatever plus your proficiency bonus. Yep.
Okay. That is a 2 + 3, 5.
So 5 damage and a resounding clang as you struck something. And in fact, the arrow sort of like wiggles its way out as it's kind of like moving around because whatever it hit, and it kind of tumbles back to the ground, and you actually see a piece of the key sitting there that has been unearthed. And this seems to have made the creature very, very upset.
Obviously.
Now,
Good.
in a plot twist, I have had to start jumping up and down with enthusiasm because of how exciting all this is. And unfortunately, one of the steps has given way and I have fallen through. And so I am now no longer able to be a part of this adventure and witness all of this as I plummet into some unknown space. And I'm scared and I'm sad and I'm worried.
All right, so yeah, I don't know if anybody in the thick of the battle. I don't know if anyone even notices that Raffin just breaks through the.
Do you guys hear someone?
You just heard like
breaking
bah!
somewhere? Yeah, come on, that. Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm pretty focused.
Yeah, same.
I'd like to give this a go.
You get excellent, and it's suddenly quieter slightly in the din of battle.
It doesn't smell as good somehow, but yes.
It's less sexy in this fight for some reason.
Yeah, definitely.
I would like to cast a spell. I have Ray of Frost.
Excellent. All right, so let's pull
and
that
I
up.
know that plants hate the cold.
In most instances, I think you'd be spot on with that. So your Ray of Frost, that's a 60-foot range, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. I couldn't remember if it was, for some reason I was thinking it was touch. Okay. And then are you casting it at what, first level? Or is this this is a cantrip. Excellent. Okay. All right, go ahead. That is versus let's see here. Sorry, I just pulled it up here just to make sure.
It's all good.
Okay, so that'll be a spell attack. So you will roll a d20 and add 6.
All right. Oh, 19 plus 6. I know what that is. That's 25.
25 to hit. Lordy, you strike it with this Ray of Frost, and it kind of hits this cone. Go ahead and roll damage. But one instantly recognizable, especially for those of you like real close up, is that this seems to have done quite a bit more damage than it normally, what you've seen in the past with Ray of Frost on these enemies. So what was your damage?
What do I roll for damage? Sorry.
So no, you're perfectly fine. So for Ray of Frost, I believe it's 3d6, but let me just double check. 2d8. Wow, I was way off. So yes, 2d8, and that'll be cold damage.
Right.
Vulnerability to cold damage.
7 and a 6.
7 and a 6. So you were 13 cold damage. But actually, what you are actually doing to it is going to be a 26 cold damage because it is highly susceptible to cold damage, and you actually freeze its body to the point that it's like struggling. And a curious thing happens. You guys see what is essentially a weak point as it is suddenly frozen in place. Can you guys do something for me? I want you guys to tell me each what you would do to finish off this creature.
Ooh.
Like one single attack or spell that you would do. And you guys all sort of, because you're in the din of combat, you're vibing together. I think you're all going to do this at the same exact time.
I like it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like it.
So yeah,
I'm-
you don't have to roll. You just tell me what you would be doing.
I'm throwing Starry Wisp at it.
Okay. Excellent. And Van, what are you doing?
2-pronged Eldritch Blast.
Excellent. And Linty?
I feel like I'm gonna Legolas the other eyeball.
Oh, excellent. And Kaizen, what are you doing? What would you do to it?
Since it's frozen now, we're gonna do swap out for the Warhammer with a leaping smash to bring it down on top of its head.
Excellent. So what happens here is it starts to freeze. You've just done it with this ray of frost, and then almost as if like second nature, Pandora, you just suddenly jut out your other hand and you hit it with all these like swirling stars are just suddenly like plowing into it. And then Van, seeing that, you release these, these two Eldritch Blast that kind of kind of circumvent it and hit it on two sides, while an arrow slides right into the other eye. And as the arrow hits, a shadow falls over this creature in the alcove as this minotaur comes flying in, smashes through it, and the whole thing just explodes into fragments of ice just everywhere. And that explosion actually sends the key kind of spinning across the floor. And Pandora, since you're in the back, you are able to pick that up, at least for now. And then there's just like these gobs of ice everywhere, and it slowly starts to dissolve. And you hear a voice in your heads that says something like, well, this is deeply unfortunate. And you guys feel as though your time outside of the room for now is drawing to a close. Things are starting to fade a little bit, and you do have a little bit of time to say what you might want to say to Kaizen. Kaizen will let you go first. You feel everything starting to reset itself, everything pulling back towards an original genesis. Is there anything you'd like to say to this group before you are tugged back into whatever war you were supposed to, where you belong?
Sure. I turn back to look at them, kind of smiling over my shoulder, to say, always remember, have courage, strike hard, strike fast.
Excellent. No truer words of a warrior than what is essentially like always offering a strategic option, because that's truly the sign of a warrior's love and affection. Van, is there anything you'd like to say to Kaizen?
It's not so much something I want to say, but I reach into the pockets of my coat and I pull out a package of Twinkles. You don't want to get sued, right? I say, Kaizen, I was gonna eat these, but I really want you to have them. And they crinkling in my hand. I hand them to Kaizen.
He hands you this crinkling package of what appear to be like very sturdy pastries. They're long and they're cream filled. It says
hotness cakes on the side of them. So
and famously known as the brand Twinkles, of course.
Yes, right. Twink, exactly.
Love.
I will treasure this confusingly sexy gift.
That is the spirit in witches, man. There's cream on the inside too.
For an age.
Elenti, is there anything that you would like to say or do?
I feel like I just want to shake his hand. I don't feel like I really there's not really any words needed. I think it's just like a thank you for being there for us, but like with a handshake or I don't know, or
recognized game sort of thing.
Yeah, that like a little, yeah.
Excellent. So a handshake from Elenti, a twinkle from Van, and Pandora.
Blowing kisses, babe.
Blowing kisses at the Minotaur, and then from somewhere inside the stairs you hear bye.
Oh yeah. See ya.
I'm okay.
Yes. Lovely to meet you. And you all begin to fade. And the last thing you see, Kaizen, as you fade away, is these closed, what two crescents of this creature's eye in your mind's eye, you're imagining, you're ideating the death of this creature. And now those don't look like eyes or a crescent. They remind you of a smile as you guys all fade and recede. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Very good.
Nice. I just want to say that I drew the creature.
Hell yeah. That you did nailed it. That's, you know what? You can, for drawing the creature, you can have inspiration in going into the next session. So mark that down. So
oh my god, I get inspiration. I love that so much.
I'm a sucker for art, or if you have I'll give out inspiration and stuff too every time there's like a funny statement or something. I'm like, you know what, here's a point of inspiration. So yes, that wraps up session 4. Thank you so much, Ryan. And usually here is where we will kind of give ourselves shout out, let people know out in the ether, in the interwebs, where they can find us. So if you want to go ahead and plug yourself real quick.
Sure. Again, my name is Ryan Maxwell. I'm the author of Grand System Vending. First 3 books are out in Amazon, Kindle, and physical copies. And then the books 1 and 2 have the audio out. Book 3 is being recorded as we speak for that to come out. So you can find me on Amazon. You can find me on most any social media platform, either as Ryan Maxwell or Maxwell Author.
Excellent. And thank you so much for sitting in on today's session as a guest star here, Ryan. You did an excellent job. Thank you for bringing the thunder.
Basically being the Gimli too.
Neil, how about you tell us about yourself?
You can find me as Neil Helligers across all the different platforms, sometimes Van Helligers, but always Neil Helligers. I don't think there's another one out there spelled exactly like that. Thanks.
Excellent. Jessica?
Hi, you can find me at Jessica D. Threet at all social media. Have some really cool stuff coming out with Sound Booth and other lit RPG books. And on May 5th, I have a really cool science fiction book that I'm really excited about called The Imperial Broadcasts. And the first one is called Love Galaxy. And it is like the Hunger Games meets Ready Player One meets The Bachelorette. And it is freaking amazing. And I would check that out.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Jessica. And Zura.
You can find me at Zura Johnson, mostly on Instagram. And my most recent releases that are lit RPG adjacent are The Complicated Love Life of Evil Antagonist, Empress of Mars, and also Demon Queen Loves to Paint. And then I am starting to record next week for John Wiswell's 3rd novel, which is called The Dragon Has Some Complaints. And it's going to be amazing.
Excellent. Yeah, looking forward to that. Great work, everyone. I'll give Jonathan's little epitaph here since he's stuck in a stair. You can find him on social media, Mr. J. McClain, or you can go to jonathanmcclain.com. That's JOHNATHANMCCLAIN.com. He's done a ton of stuff. I know he would say check out the Outfit, the movie that he wrote, and so definitely check that out. Give him the penny, leave a penny, take a penny sort of situation. And then some of his, he's narrated a bunch of stuff, including he narrated my series, and that's how we met. And then we are currently co-authoring the Meet Your Maker series together, book 3 of which is out in this fall. So check that out when it becomes available, or check out the first 2 at any time because they're live, baby. I am Seth McDuffie. I am an author and of the best-selling Big Sneaky Barbarian series, and as well as the Meet Your Maker series with Jonathan. And yeah, I just had a fucking blast. You guys did a fantastic job, and I love and appreciate you so much.
Yay.
And I think that's the end. I think we have to do our wave thing.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone awkwardly wave at the camera. And we'll see you next time with another special guest.